Hey guys, Gabriel Perez here, your Catalyst coach, and I have a question for you. What would you say if I told you that your lead gen isn't broken, your follow up is? And on top of that, is actually costing you thousands of dollars. Well, we're going to talk a little bit today about how what you've been told may not be the actual issue. You see, you've been told for years and years that you need more leads, more leads, more leads, and speed to lead, speed to lead, speed to lead. Well, what if I told you that it wasn't about the number of leads you had, but really how much you could stick with those leads? So I'm going to show you what that is looking like for this market. So here we have a graph that is going to show essentially how long it takes for a lead to actually do a transaction. So you can see here, let me close all this. Hey guys, Gabriel Perez here, your Catalyst coach. And I wanted to start off with a question today. And that question is, what would you say if I told you that your lead gen isn't actually broken, your follow up is, and it's costing you thousands of dollars? Now, most people would be really upset if I told them that because they've probably been told, like most people in any industry for that matter, that it's about leads. They need more leads, they need more leads, they need more leads, or even that they are not fast enough to those leads. They're all about speed to lead. Well, what if I told you that none of those are as important as this other factor, and that is follow up? So I'm going to show you a graph here that we're going to be discussing today. So this is the percentage of agents, or any entrepreneur for that matter, that stops following up after a certain number of no's. Now, this was a compilation of studies here that we had to average out, but you can see that on average, once an agent or a business person is told no, 44% of them are going to fall out, meaning they're done following up with that lead. This is where you may hear, oh, it was a bad lead, or they're junk leads. Okay. Now, if you were so bold as to follow up twice, well, that's fantastic. But now only 22%, or sorry, 22% of agents give up after that second no. And we're going to start adding these numbers together because if you really think about it, if you are a real estate agent or you're an entrepreneur that's working on commission and you're chasing down leads, if you can get past that second no, you have now passed 66% of every other agent. Okay, now we are going to move on to the next part here where I say it's three strikes and 80% are out, because once an agent or entrepreneur is told no three times, okay, 14, the last 14% are going to give up. So that means that if you are able to get past those three no's, those three strikes, you will be beyond 80% of all salespeople. Okay. And then last but not least, this is kind of the crown jewel here, is if you can get past the five no's. Okay. We know that 80% of the sales actually happen after 8 follow ups, which is kind of a crazy number. We used to always say 7 to 11 because it was easy to remember 7-Eleven. And this kind of just supported that. Now, what that means is if you're willing to go past that fifth no, you are in the 8% of agents or salespeople that are still in the running. Now, what does this mean? This means that all about persistence is key. So I have some other questions for you. So the question is, what is the value of a lead to you? And that's going to be different for everybody, by the way. If you're a real estate agent, what is the value of somebody closing a transaction with you? Depends on where you live, but it could be $20,000, could be $30,000. If you are a window repair person or you're replacing windows, that could be tens of thousands of dollars if it's a giant home. If you are in the fitness space and one membership is $185, well, that one lead is worth $185. Now, I used to hear this analogy and I absolutely love it. If somebody told you that every 5 no's you would be paid $180. How fast would you get through those no's? Now, if you were in real estate, if I told you that every 15 no's got you an appointment and that got you an opportunity for a $20,000 check, how fast would you plow through all those no's? And that's the question that I would like to ask ourselves today. So now, the big question, because you've probably been told this before, is it's all about speed to lead. Okay. It's all about speed to lead, get to the lead, get to the lead, get to the lead. Well, what if it is not about speed to lead? What if it's about skill to follow up? Meaning, these people that are giving up on these leads, there's a good chance that they're not allergic to money, right? There's a good chance that they are getting their feelings hurt, but they're going to be okay. The truth of the matter is a lot of agents and salespeople, they don't know how to follow up. They don't know what to say. Now we have a solution for that, and it's called the 8x8. And the 8x8 is essentially where you are going to follow up with that lead once a week for 8 weeks. That's why it's called an 8x8. And that just so happens to drop you right in this 8% of all salespeople. So, what does that look like? Now, this is going to be through the lens of a real estate agent, but I want you to pretend you are in your own industry. So, week number one, this is where you meet them: personal call and a handwritten note. You meet them, give them a call, and then you send them a handwritten note to say, "Thank you, great to meet you." Week number two, an educational email. Now, real estate, this could be a buyer or seller guide, it could be a market insight. If you're in the nutrition space, this could be an educational email about some nutrition tips. Week number three, value add text. This is just a text message now. You could be connecting them to a lender. You could be sending them an update on a specific home. If you're in the fitness space, you could be sending them 5 tips to get started in our gym, and so on and so forth. But you can see here that there's 8 planned touches. Now, here's the beauty of it: if you meet client A and then you meet client B, you can use the same system for both of these people. And I think that's where people start to get a little lost, is you don't have to keep recreating the wheel. What I would encourage you to do is build out this 8x8. Take time, make sure it is exactly how you like it. Invest in this, because once it's built, you can automate this. Maybe a few of them cannot be automated, but a lot of these can be. Just as soon as you put them in your database and you hit go, you know that they're going to get 8 touches from you. And from then on, they will recognize who you are. And we know that there is an 80% likelihood that that is when that sale is going to happen. So, is this a lead problem? I would say no. Is it a speed problem? I would also say no. This is a skill with the follow up problem. So, here's what I would like you to do. Here's my challenge for you: is spend some time building out your 8x8, and then spend some time figuring out how you can automate this for your business. So, this is the 8x8. This is how we beat out the other 92% of salespeople, whether you're a plumber, whether you are a window cleaner, gym owner, or real estate agent. I hope this was helpful, and stay tuned for the next video.